All right, ready to dive in. Today, we're looking at the world of Anthony Pompliano.
Pomp.
Yeah, Pomp. You know, the guy who went from, well, flipping burgers to becoming like this huge voice in Bitcoin.
It's wild, right? I mean, Chick-fil-A and Quiznos to Bitcoin Evangelist. Not the usual path.
Not at all. And, it's not like he had some master plan from day one either.
Sure.
His early 20s kind of sounds like a lot of us, right?
Oh, yeah.
Unsure about the future, even joined the Army Reserves to, I don't know, maybe find some direction.
Makes sense.
Bet a bunch of our listeners have been there, that whole what am I doing phase.
Totally. But then things take a turn. He ends up in tech, right when Facebook, Snapchat, all those were blowing up.
Perfect timing.
But it wasn't just riding the wave,
Yeah.
He started his own wacky-end social media company. Then, boom, lands roles at these tech giants.
Wow. So he's not just watching this happen, he's right in the middle of it.
Exactly. And those weren't just jobs. He's learning about user growth, engagement on a massive scale.
So he's picking up skills that become super valuable in crypto later on.
100%.
Yeah.
It's all about community in that world.
That's smart. It's like those experiences were like setting the stage for his Bitcoin future.
Totally. And that leads us to the big shift, co-founding Morgan Creek Digital.
Okay, that's a big one.
This isn't some side project. This firm is laser-focused on blockchain, digital assets, the whole thing.
Yeah.
Cryptocurrencies, NFTs, you name it.
So he's all in on this.
Oh, completely.
Yeah.
This move, it shows how much he believes in this tech.
Makes you wonder, what exactly are these digital assets everyone's talking about?
It's anything valuable, but it exists digitally. So your Bitcoin, Ethereum, even digital art.
And blockchain, that's the tech behind it all,
That's
right?
the revolutionary part.
Imagine.
A huge digital ledger, but it's secure, transparent, records every single transaction.
No more middleman, no central control. That's the appeal.
Exactly. And when we say investing, Morgan Creek Digital, they're not just throwing money around.
Right, they have a strategy.
They do. A very specific one. They're looking for companies building real solutions, solving problems, but using blockchain.
So this isn't about getting rich quick.
Nope. It's about supporting the development of this tech for the long haul.
That makes sense. And that development part, it's not just about the price of Bitcoin going up or down.
Not at all.
Yeah.
It's all the work going on behind the scenes. Coders, developers, the whole community. They're always improving the Bitcoin network, making it safer, more efficient, easier to use.
It's constantly evolving.
And Pomp, even when the market gets crazy, his belief in Bitcoin never wavers.
It's unwavering, yeah.
That's what makes him different. He sees Bitcoin as more than just an investment.
Right, it's a tool.
Yeah, a tool for financial freedom, for giving people more control.
I'm curious, though, what from his time at Facebook and Snapchat actually prepared him for all this? Was there, like, a light bulb moment?
It's fascinating. At Facebook, he was managing the thing that helped pages get more followers.
Oh, interesting.
And at Snapchat, he's leading growth, figuring out how to make the app go viral.
So he's not just understanding tech, he's understanding people.
Exactly. He's learning how to build communities online, which is crucial in the crypto world.
It's like all these steps were leading him to Bitcoin.
It really does seem that way.
And it's not just investing, right? He's built this whole ecosystem, the Pomp Podcast, his YouTube channel, the Pomp Letter newsletter.
Reaching millions.
He's spreading the word.
Big time. And it's not your typical boring finance stuff either.
He makes it engaging.
He does. He breaks down these tough ideas so anyone can get it.
Yeah, and he's not afraid to say what he thinks.
Oh, no. He's definitely not shy about that.
Even if it stirs things up a bit.
True. Makes him a bit of a controversial figure, Love him or hate him kind of thing.
Yeah, some love him, some don't.
But that's what makes him so interesting, right?
It is. He's not afraid to shake things up, get a debate going.
Whether you agree or not, he makes you think.
And that's what matters. He gets people talking about these issues. It's kind of amazing how he's built this platform. And he's using it to, champion something he really believes in. It's not just about, Bitcoin, make money. It's bigger than that.
It really is. And it ties back to his background, right? Before crypto, he was already a successful entrepreneur.
Oh, right. He founded that company, Digaforce.
Digaforce, yeah.
Yeah.
Helping businesses grow on Facebook.
Back when Facebook was the thing.
Exactly. And then, of course, those roles at Facebook and Snapchat, leading those growth teams.
That's going to be crucial experience, learning how to scale a product, build a user base.
Essential. And think about it. Those lessons, they apply directly to crypto.
Mm-hmm.
Bitcoin, it's not just tech, it's a whole movement.
Right, and movements need people.
They do. You need to attract believers, educate them, build that sense of community.
It's like his whole career was unknowingly leading up to this.
It's funny how things work out like that.
From connecting businesses to customers on Facebook, now he's connecting people to Bitcoin.
And he's doing it through all these channels. Podcast, YouTube, the newsletter.
Reaching different people.
Yep. Each one tailored a bit, but the goal's the same. Spread the word about Bitcoin and blockchain.
Makes me wonder, what's his secret sauce? What makes his content work?
Well, he's super consistent, for one. Pumping out content all the time, podcasts, newsletters, you name it.
Keeps him top of mind.
Exactly. And he's really good at explaining complex stuff in a way that's easy to understand.
Not getting too technical.
No jargon overload.
Yeah.
He focuses on the big picture, what this tech can do. And he doesn't shy away from sharing his opinions.
Even if they're controversial.
Even then. Remember that CNBC interview where he basically went toe-to-toe with the interviewer?
Oh, yeah. Classic Pomp.
They were skeptical about Bitcoin, and he wasn't having it. He pushes back, challenges the status quo, makes people think differently.
It's like he almost enjoys stirring the pot a little, but he's always respectful about it.
Always articulate. Makes you think, even if you don't agree.
That's what makes him so compelling, I think. Not just some talking head. He's a thought leader, willing to stand up for what he believes in.
Even when it's not popular.
And that authenticity, it shines through.
Definitely. People can tell he's not just chasing a quick buck. He really believes in this.
It's contagious.
It is. It attracts followers, builds communities, and ultimately that's what drives change.
But it's not like it's been all easy, right? What about when his YouTube channel got taken down?
Oh yeah, back in 2021. That was a whole thing.
The crypto community was not happy.
Not at all.
What even happened there?
It was after an interview he did about Bitcoin. YouTube flagged it, said it violated their guidelines.
Censorship.
Big debate about that. What's the role of these platforms? Can they control what people say about crypto?
You think it was intentional or just an algorithm gone wrong?
Who knows, really? But what's interesting is how Pomp handled it. Didn't back down.
He used it as a platform.
Exactly. Raised awareness about free speech, the challenges of this new digital world.
And his channel came back, right?
It did. After a lot of people spoke up, the crypto community really rallied.
It's kind of like what could have been a bad thing actually ended up helping him.
Brought more attention to his work. Showed how much influence the crypto community has.
It's like that old saying, there's no such thing as bad publicity.
Maybe. Definitely highlighted that tension, though, between traditional media and the crypto world.
The old guard versus the new kids.
Exactly.
And speaking of shaking things up, remember when he went ad-free?
Oh, yeah. In 2023, that was bold.
Walked away from a ton of money just to keep control of his content.
What was he thinking?
I think it shows how much he values authenticity, transparency.
By cutting out advertisers, there's no question of bias.
Keeps that trust with his audience.
Precisely. No one can say he's pushing some hidden agenda.
It's also a smart business move long-term, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Makes him look independent.
He's not beholden to anyone.
Sets him apart in a world full of sponsored content.
It's refreshing, honestly. Shows his priorities. Audience first, message first, profits later.
People respect that. Builds loyalty. But it's a risk, Rick.
Huge risk. He's betting on the long game. That a strong community is more valuable than quick cash from ads.
It's an interesting experiment.
It really is. And so far, seems to be working. Audience keeps growing. His influence in crypto is undeniable.
He's found a way to be both profitable and impactful.
Not easy to do.
It's not just about him, though, is it? He's part of something much bigger.
Right. That whole community of people who believe in blockchain, in Bitcoin's potential.
And that brings us to another fascinating part of his story, his family.
The Pomp Bros.
Can't forget about John and Joseph.
All three of them, successful entrepreneurs.
It makes you wonder, what's in the water over there?
Right. Three brothers, each carving out their own path, but also supporting each other.
John's in real estate, building those apartment complexes.
And Joseph, he's made a name for himself in sports media.
It's like, is there something about their family dynamic that breeds success?
It's an interesting question. Maybe it's how they were raised. That competitive spirit, just being close brothers.
Whatever it is, it's working.
And they've definitely used those family ties to their advantage.
Oh, for sure. They even have that joint venture, Pomp Investments, combining their resources.
A real-life dynasty. Makes you wonder, could working with your siblings be the key?
Maybe. Could unlock something special, that support, that accountability.
It's a thought. But let's not forget about Anthony and his specific impact on crypto.
Right, back to the main man.
His success goes beyond just being a good investor or a good speaker. He's able to paint a picture of the future that people buy into.
A vision.
And it's all about Bitcoin and blockchain disrupting the old ways, giving power back to individuals.
We'll love him or hate him, you can't deny his influence.
He's brought Bitcoin to the masses, challenged the way we think about money,
Inspired a whole generation.
and he's done it all while staying true to himself.
Authenticity, transparency, never giving up on his vision.
It's a reminder that sometimes the road less traveled leads to the most interesting places.
That believing in something can really change the world.
But the big question is, what's next? For Pomp, for crypto, for all of us.
We've covered a lot, his journey, the businesses, his family, going ad-free. But what's the secret? How did he build this huge following, this army of Pomp believers?
You know, it's more than just the tech stuff, the nuts and bolts of Bitcoin. He's selling a vision, a future where people have control over their money, where technology helps, not hinders.
Like a peek into a world that's fairer, more open, less reliant on the old systems.
Exactly. And he makes it relatable, exciting even. No jargon, no talking down, just stories, humor, real-life stuff.
He's consistent, too. Those Bitcoin core ideas, decentralization, scarcity, individual power, he hammers those home.
Over and over.
Like a drum beat.
And it resonates with people, especially those who are, I don't know, fed up with the way things are.
Makes you think he took something super complex, this technology, and turned it into a story people feel.
It's true. He's not just saying, here's how Bitcoin works. He's saying, here's why it matters.
And that why, that's the core of it. Financial freedom, escaping the control of banks and governments, building a better future.
Powerful stuff, especially these days when things feel so uncertain.
He gets community, too. He's not just talking AT people, he's talking with them, answering questions, making people feel like they belong.
Turning followers into advocates, spreading the word.
He gets that Bitcoin's strength is in its people, that decentralized network, millions believing.
It's a tribe, a group united by this shared idea. That's powerful stuff.
It creates loyalty, trust.
And purpose, a shared mission.
But it's not blind faith, right? He wants people to think critically, debate, question things.
Absolutely. Understand the tech, dig deep, make up their own minds.
That's important. He's not afraid to challenge his own audience, make them think harder.
True conviction comes from understanding, not just falling blindly.
That's what sets him apart, I think. He's not selling a product, he's selling an idea, a vision that really connects with people.
On a deep level.
So as we wrap up our deep dive into Pomp's world, let's leave everyone with this. What's your vision of the future, and what are you doing to make it happen?
Whether you're deep in crypto or just starting to learn, his story shows us we can all make a difference. Challenge the way things are, build a world that reflects our values.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. Hope you found it worthwhile, maybe even got you fired up. And remember, the future is ours to create, so go out there and build something amazing.